I would like to first of all thank you for this opportunity, for having me here, and be able to address you all. As per the direction you just gave, I would like to briefly touch upon the historical background of this meeting. As you know, last December, there was a special session of the Human Rights Council, which gave birth to this International Commission of Human Rights Experts on Ethiopia. So this commission of experts were established through the resolution that was adopted last December for a period of 1 year. December, usually it's a special session, so it's not a regular session of the Human Rights Council. Therefore, the EU and their partners decided to renew the mandate of the commissioners, as it is going to end this coming December. So this resolution was mainly to renew the mandate of the International Commission of Human Rights Experts on Ethiopia. Since its establishment, you know very well that they have orally updated the council, and they have presented their written report at this session. We, as Ethiopia, has tried on several occasions to meet with these experts, although we have clearly rejected the resolution. We tried to meet with the experts in order to see ways and means, a possibility to agree on the modalities of cooperation with the commissioners. Unfortunately, after several meetings were held here in Geneva and in Ethiopia, we were not able to reach an agreement. We were dismayed, but unfortunately, the commissioners stood their ground and wanted to really do what they had all along intended to do. As you can see from the report, this report is a substandard report. It's politically motivated. The Ethiopian government has provided its written comments on the advanced copy that it was submitted to. So in detail, we have paragraph by paragraph commented on the various allegations which did not have evidence as per the standards of reporting submitted by this International Commission of Experts. That is why, from the very beginning, Ethiopia rejected the renewal of the mandate of the commissioners. The commissioners had ample time within 1 year to finish the work they wanted, but unfortunately, they had proven to be a political instrument all along. They failed to conduct their duty, and their credibility was actually questioned because everything was clear. The political intention was clear. They even went beyond their mandate to reach upon the UN Security Council. So all this have on several occasions been disputed through the press releases and comments from our missions. Now, as far as the renewal of the mandate is concerned, our opposition was clearly indicated from the very beginning. This was not only the work of the mission, but it was a concerted effort from the headquarters, along with various missions spread all around the world. It is not only the credit of the Ethiopian mission here in Geneva, but the whole diplomatic circle. Everybody lobbied and reached out to various countries, particularly members of the Human Rights Council, to explain in detail what the Ethiopian government has been doing to ensure accountability and the national efforts underway, explaining what has been doing since the joint investigation report of the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission and the UN ICHREE Commission report has been submitted. Although, as you know, we had some serious reservations, we have accepted the report and we were working on the implementation of the recommendations. So all those were really explained to various members of the council, and basically their votes attest to the fact that many countries, particularly Africans, and those also who abstained, because in actual fact they denied their vote to support the renewal of the mandate. So many countries through their vote expressed their support to the national efforts underway, but also to the work that the Ethiopian government is accomplishing in terms of ensuring accountability, and also its commitment to resolve the conflict in northern Ethiopia through an AU-led process. So instead of politicizing the Human Rights Council, these countries supported first the national efforts, second expressed clearly their preference to the AU-led peace process underway, and also somehow expressed their opinions, or their how should I put it, their disagreement with the political nature of the whole process, and the because these instruments are being used against Ethiopia when Ethiopia clearly indicated that it has the necessary mechanisms, necessarily national institutions to provide, to ensure accountability, to do the necessary effort to implement the recommendation of the joint investigation that was carried out by the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission and UN ICHREE. So in short, this was what we have been clearly lobbying for. As you know, as you have seen from the numbers, there were 19 votes against this resolution and 21 in favor. So the 2 votes margin clearly discredited the resolution. One clearly showed that the sponsors of the resolution have been using the ICHREE, that is the International Commission of Human Rights Experts on Ethiopia, as a political tool to attain their objectives. So this is really what has the meaning of the votes behind. Even though the Human Rights Council do not register the abstention, if you add the 7 abstentions together with the 19 votes that were casted against this resolution, overwhelmingly it surpasses the 21 votes of the sponsors of this resolution. So definitely Ethiopia called to the members of the council to support its national efforts, and AU-led peace process has worked. So the effort does not stop here. We still have a long way to go, and we will keep on lobbying these countries and showing that what is being done on the ground. As you can see, as far as the AU peace process is concerned, the Ethiopian government has already written back saying that it is ready for that. And this has always been the position of the government. It was ready to any peace efforts under the AU-led peace process. And maybe you have seen it also, the The report of the Interministerial Task Force is out. So these are the efforts that are being done on the ground. International community need to understand that the Ethiopian government is doing its level best to ensure accountability on the ground and bring the perpetrators of the violations, of the alleged violations, to justice. As far as Ethiopia is concerned, if we start from the genesis of the resolution, as my brother said, this resolution was not only unacceptable, the political intention of the establishment of the commission was clearly before our eyes and before the eyes of the council members. So they knew from the very beginning that there was a genuine national efforts underway, one. Two, the resolution that even established the commissioners requested the commissioners to build upon the joint investigation report that was already done and to ensure complementarity, right? So all these were not respected. So these were the two items that we emphasized on, that the Africans emphasized on, that the resolution emphasized on. Instead of continuing on the allegation on when the joint investigation stopped, that is June 28, the commissioners wanted to reinvestigate what has already been investigated. So they wanted to arrive at their own conclusion without setting their foot on the ground through media reports and etc. They just based their conclusions, and that's why we said it's a substandard report. And secondly, the members of the council, recognizing the national efforts underway, understood that this renewal of the mandate will clearly undermine the national efforts that are already underway to ensure accountability, redress victims, and therefore that is what they oppose to. Secondly, as you can see from the resolution, the EU and their partners, who of course sponsored this resolution, completely overlooked the national efforts, completely ignored the work that has already been on the ground. So, all this also have a weight on how countries really portray themselves, defend their positions, and they see that behind all this, there is a political motivation behind the establishment of the council, behind the renewal of the council, or the commission, as my brother said. But Mahlet, as you rightly put it, we should recognize the effort of the diaspora, the effort of the African diaspora. In this DNA age where you have all these technologies, be it YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all the artificial intelligence on your lap, it's easy to reach out to various members of the committee. And also, this in turn can reach out to their representatives on the ground. And this has to be duly recognized because they have done tremendous efforts in setting the record straight and explaining to their constituencies what is really happening on the ground, and clearly explaining, because many of the news that we see now are really, most of the time, skewed in one direction, right? So these people who see the news might not see the reality on the ground. I remember for myself when I traveled to Ethiopia, some foreign colleagues were surprised that I was going to Ethiopia. They think that Ethiopia is full of problems, and unless you bring this news out, unless you explain what is really happening on the ground, people will not realize, people will not see the truth. So I would like to really recognize the effort of the African diaspora in explaining the realities on the ground. If I may, Mahlet, this is a very important point that has been raised by our brother, the principle of subsidiarity. I think the Human Rights Council should not undermine national institutions. The experience of the joint investigation that was already done by the Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia and the High Commissioner's Office would have served as an example for various other countries. Unfortunately, this is not what is the case right now, but Ethiopia will continue implementing the recommendation of the joint investigation. And as has been said, I cannot re-emphasize it more. We definitely our commitment to peacefully resolve the conflict without any precondition still has been said time and again, and I would like to re-emphasize it here as well. Thank you.